Spawn. While the console gaming systems are the darlings of the media, the PC as a platform has continued to quietly expand each year, with software sales exploding as digital distributors like Steam, Amazon, and Origin see exponential growth. The sheer quantity and variety of games, both independent and big budget, are testaments to the modern gaming computer's flexibility, customizability, and raw processing power. While many have lamented the rise of the gritty first-person shooter and its dominance over the bulk of the video gaming market, in the world of PC gaming, unbelievably creative indie developers as well as AAA companies have kept the spirit of innovation alive. So let's look back on the past year of computer games, sift through the deluge of gaming goodness, and see if we can find the cream of the crop. In no particular order, here are GamerSpawn's top 5 PC games of 2012.
His soulless army surged from the waters, hungry for destruction.
Guild Wars 2. Without a doubt, the most anticipated game on our list, Guild Wars 2 has been a long time coming. Successfully smashing its way into a crowded MMO marketplace, where any game without the word Warcraft in the title is likely to get shut down or face anemic server populations just weeks after launch day, ArenaNet's highly acclaimed sequel sold over 2 million copies after launching in August. While most massively multiplayer games try to hook players with exhausting grinding, dangling carrots in the form of skills or items, so gamers will always want to level up just one more time, Guild Wars 2 was designed from the ground up to never feel like a chore. And while other games in its genre charge modest subscription fees each month, this game continued the fee-free legacy of its predecessor. Pay once and you can play forever. The one-of-a-kind combat and dynamic event systems, tweaked and refined from the first game, make teaming up with real-life or online friends a true joy to play. But without a doubt, the gorgeous world of Tyria, the bizarre and unique races, all 5 of which offer totally different gaming experiences, and the living, breathing feel of the environment, push this one over the edge from a good MMO to a spectacular game all around.
Time to forge new legends.
It is time to fight.
War is upon us. We are experiencing heavy casualties.
XCOM: Enemy Unknown. Action games get all the glory, but turn-based strategy titles were the bread and butter for PC gamers for years. Before the real-time strategy craze, before computers were powerful enough to run 3D shooters and fast-paced action games in all their high-resolution glory, turn-based games were the norm, whether RPGs, strategies, or adventure titles. Microprose's now legendary XCOM UFO Defense took the platform by storm in 1994, as it asked players to defend the Earth from a devastating alien invasion across a large strategy metagame, as well as the highly acclaimed tactical encounters. Fast forward to 2012. Both the developer and publisher of UFO Defense are long gone from the gaming scene. But Firaxis Games took it upon themselves to revive the series with a gorgeous, lovingly crafted remake of that classic with XCOM: Enemy Unknown. Though the structure is very similar to the game it re-implements, with both a grand strategy and a tactical mode, the developers packed in all the bells and whistles you would expect from the 8 years of technological advances since the original. From a 3D isometric view and a revamped and revised inventory and level-up system, to an all-new competitive multiplayer dual mode, XCOM lovingly preserves the game to which it pays homage without sacrificing any modern luxuries that PC gamers have come to expect. However, the tactical gameplay is still the heart of the experience, and XCOM: Enemy Unknown delivers with flying colors. A solid cover system, advanced suppression, and high-tech camouflage and weaponry, along with the brutally challenging higher difficulty levels, combine for a high-intensity tactical experience like no other. And while the game had fine Xbox and PlayStation implementations as well, it's truly at home on the PC with its fine mouse control and UI optimized for the system. If you're a strategy fan at all, this game is one of the very best.
Good luck, Commander.
Legend of Grimrock. Though the past few years have all been wonderful for indie releases, 2012 may have topped them all, with some truly excellent games coming out on the PC platform. While not as much of a media darling as recent games like Minecraft and Braid, Finnish game development studio Almost Human's foray into the dungeon crawl arena, Legend of Grimrock, was easily one of the top PC experiences of 2012. Tasking the player with guiding 4 condemned anti-heroes into the deadly depths of Mount Grimrock in order to absolve themselves of all wrongdoing, the first-person, real-time role-playing game has retro written all over it. But while many games have claimed to take their inspiration and visual design from the games of the 80s and 90s, Grimrock actually earns its right to wear the title proudly. The game is unabashedly, unapologetically retro in its design. The dungeon crawler implements a grid-based movement and combat system that will have players frantically trying to avoid getting back into a corner by murderous plant-like creatures, flying monstrosities, and of course, giant spiders. While many indie games have begun to explore procedurally generated worlds and environments, Legend of Grimrock instead features purposefully designed worlds, full of puzzles and traps that will instantly remind gamers of hours spent exploring dungeons in early dungeon games like Ultima Underworld. Best of all, it can get brutally difficult and does not forgive the slightest mistake in its fast-paced combat. Though in today's gaming world, dungeon crawls are a dime a dozen, Legend of Grimrock is one adventure you won't soon forget. Counter-Strike: Global Offensive. When Counter-Strike Source was released in 2004, many gamers were disappointed in the changes that were made from the much-loved CS 1.6. While it was definitely several steps up in the presentation department, it took many patches and fixes before it gained momentum against its older brother. It seems Valve has learned its lesson, as Counter-Strike Global Offensive rocketed out of the gate with solid gunplay, new and revised weapons and gadgets, new game modes and maps, and refined versions of old favorites like Dust 2, Nuke, and Aztec. Implementing all new matchmaking features and separating official servers between classic competitive and classic casual modes, the game simultaneously satisfies longtime CS experts as well as neophytes to the game or genre. Some of the most popular servers in old versions of Counter-Strike hosted unofficial deathmatch-style rounds on favorite fan-made maps like Dust World and Ice World. In CS:GO, Valve recognized the popularity of these modes and integrated their own take on the fast-paced, instant respawn-driven bouts of those maps. In the Arms Race game type, players must quickly acquire as many kills as possible, while each successive kill earns him a different gun to fight with. The near-perfect gun mechanics of CS coupled with the now noob-friendly game modes make for a bizarrely fun combination. Playing Counter-Strike Global Offensive, it's mind-blowing how far this franchise has come while staying true to its roots.
Dear Corvo, what a sad hand fate has dealt you. The beloved Empress dead, and everyone thinks you're the killer. But we know what really happened, don't we? You don't want to end your life to the sound of idiots cheering as your head hits the muck, do you?
Dishonored. Though the Splinter Cell series arguably peaked several iterations back, and Metal Gear Solid's most recent main series home console release was nearly 5 years ago, Bethesda set out to prove that the stealth genre is still alive and well with its new property, Dishonored. First gaining buzz with its announcement in the summer of 2011, the first-person stealth game by Arcane Studios knocked a collective socks off PC gamers, as well as console players, when it came out this fall. Following a falsely accused murderer's endeavor to save the powerful Empress's daughter and clear his good name, as he seeks justice through the fictional town of Dunwall, which mashes elements of Victorian London up with steampunk-inspired technology and dark magical forces. The offbeat setting only served to amplify the intensity of the missions, some of which set new bars of excellence for the genre. While the story had its ups and downs, the innovation and creativity of the developers shine through in the unique and satisfying gameplay. The sandbox-style mission areas provide a playground for the player to experiment with stealth, action, magic, or gadgets as he sees fit, never forcing the player's hand. Dishonored also deserves credit for risking a new IP release in a sequel-heavy market. Not many publishers will invest the millions of dollars it takes to develop an all-new AAA franchise when they could just as easily make the safe choice by churning out yet another sequel. In Bethesda's case, it paid off with financial success as well as the creation of a fantastic, extremely worthwhile adventure.
Corvo, under other circumstances, I assure you I might welcome your advances. But rats, plague, and tyranny have a way of killing the mood.
While this is by no means a definitive list, we at Gamerspawn believe these 5 games are worthy of recognition and acclaim, and managed to best out some fine contenders for Game of the Year. A case could be made that honorable mentions like Diablo 3, Torchlight 2, Faster Than Light, PlanetSide 2, and Hotline Miami, and Dust Force deserve a spot on this list. What's important is that another great year for PC gaming has passed, and we can't wait to see what 2013 has in store for us.